It's nice to connect with everyone, and thank you, Kristen, Laura, Amy, the A team over at Recycle Colorado. I am coming to you from the lovely state of Pennsylvania, similar to Colorado in its beauty. I think the only difference is you folks have more millennials than we do. In fact, my son Nick moved from here to Denver, so you got one more over there. Funny, when my wife went to move him into his apartment, she called me and says, I think they killed everyone over 35. I haven't seen one person. So I should have took her on this Zoom call because I think we have a couple of mature people on here. Not that the millennials aren't mature for those out there. Anyway, so great to meet everyone. Real quickly, Foam Cycle, I started back in 2016. I'm someone who's been in the waste to recycle industry for quite a few years. Actually started driving a garbage truck years ago. Probably should have stayed there, for crying out loud, because I would have been retired already. But that's how I got into this business, and started Foam Cycle really as what I call it, under the heading of necessity is the mother of invention. You know, I've come across one of my counties that I did business with, and they asked me about styrofoam recycling, and I was able to offer recycling of styrofoam to a lot of my commercial customers through different systems, and never at a municipality, and that's when it clicked basically at that point. So Foam Cycle is a system that's placed at a municipal drop-off center to allow residents the opportunity, probably for the first time, to recycle styrofoam. And I say the first time because it's not, there are a couple of spots in Colorado that are ahead of the curve. Charlie and Longmont and Boulder already have set up programs, and there's probably others on this call, so I apologize if I'm not spotlighting you guys. But that's what we do. And in doing so, we've come up with some interesting metrics on it, how impactful packaging foam is on the environment, on the landfill. And one of the other things is the misconception that when people think that there's a ban on food service foam, that it's tied into packaging foam, which it isn't. So you could ban food service foam, single use, and still get an Omaha steak cooler delivered to your house. So that's not going to change. Just a quick note on the future of recycling. A lot of emphasis these days, right, on curbside recycling and contamination issues, and rightfully so. And a lot of companies in the single stream industry are putting more robotics in. They're trying to come up to that challenge of all of these different streams coming into their facility. And I give them a lot of credit. But am I over?
Yes.
Laura? Oh, that's it. Oh my goodness. I had page 2 and 3 here.
What everyone doesn't know is we gave a challenge to each of these spotlight speakers, and we said, you guys have 2 minutes, and if you go over, we're gonna pop up.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, Laura. It's like the cane coming in and grabbing me by the neck and pulling me out. Got it. All right. Well, great. Nice meeting everyone. Thanks for your time. Okay.
Thank you so much, Lou. That
All
was
right.
fantastic.
Okay.
Our next speaker is Anthony from Zero Footprint. Anthony, take it away.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Lou. Our organization is called Zero Footprint. We work in California and Colorado, and beginning in the Northeast soon too. I've met some of you before, and for everybody else, we're basically making it easy for citizens and businesses to take local climate action. So I mean, imagine if somehow there was a way just for everybody to, it was super convenient to take climate action, or to eat sustainably. And so the premise is basically, imagine if 1 penny from every dollar you spent on food went towards helping farmers and ranchers fight climate change and build resilience and conserve water and make ingredients more delicious and nutritious. That's basically the program that we're doing. And it's inspired sort of by the renewable energy industry and some of the transition underway there. Whole communities are choosing a sustainable future by sending a few dollars per utilities bill towards changing the grid of energy. And so basically we're making it possible to change the grid of food. So we work with Matt Agriculture and Boulder County and some others, and restaurants are adding 1% on the bill. Waste hauling companies would be invited to add $1 per month on the bill as an opt-in or opt-out or anything. And it can be great marketing, and you can help fight climate change in your own backyard.
Wonderful. Thank you, Anthony. That was a great review. Okay, our next speaker is Andrew with Blueterra.
All right, howdy everyone. Great to meet you all today. Yeah, I'm CEO of Blueterra. We're based here out of Denver and have developed some new technology to address some of the recurring problems we've seen on the collection side, mainly residential, some of the contamination that Lou mentioned earlier. So we did a bunch of work in this area. We found that a lot of residential folks were confused about accepted materials in both recycling and organics around the country. Even talking to some municipalities, they've seen rates of contamination hitting 50, 60%. So like hanging on by a thread. And so they only exist now because their municipalities, their residents want them to exist, but there's a high degree of confusion. So even here in the Denver area, we've seen there's plenty of confusion around pizza boxes and plastic bags and Amazon items and even bagged recyclables in high wind areas. So we took a step back and we were like, okay, well, a lot of these trucks, these collection trucks already have camera systems on board, specifically in the hopper. And so we said, let's leverage those. So we put together a software system that identifies a customer during a card tip event through the serial number on their cart. So that's using computer vision. And then that card tip event, we use the hopper camera feed. We identify contaminants that are in there that shouldn't be in there. And then we provide automated personalized emails or text messages to those customers. So kind of give them retroactive feedback like, hey, this is what you can do to improve next time, to start shifting them in the right direction. And so, and then also we package up all that data and provide it to the hauler municipality as well. So you can see heat maps of contamination, collection metrics, and top contaminants, all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, if anyone's ever interested in chatting about contamination or customer interactions or hauling, I'm always down for a fun conversation. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate that. Perfect. Okay, David, you're up next from Alpine Bank. David, if you are speaking, then we can't hear you. You'll need to unmute.
I had to unmute myself. Can you hear me now, Laura?
Yes, we can.
Well, thank you, Laura. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, everyone who's part of our Colorado and beyond community. A little bit about Alpine Bank. We're an employee-owned community bank. We've been around almost 50 years, and a couple of the statistics about the bank are on our PowerPoint slide. We've got about $5 billion in assets. We have 760 employee owners, 160,000 plus customers, 39 locations. Been around, as I said, almost 50 years. But in the Front Range, those of you that are Front Range people may not know us that much because we're only been there since 2014. We offer all the type of high-tech, high-touch banking services you might think. And if you want to learn more about us, check us out on our website. What I'd really like to spend the rest of my time talking about is that we have an environmental management system. And the first, we're gold leader with the state, Department of Public Health and Environment. And what we are doing is we are rebooting our recycling action plan. It was the first one we had in 2005. And there's a lot more you can do with composting. There's a lot more you can do with appropriate use of recycling of different materials. And we're going to be upgrading our action plan for recycling, and we're going to be asking for input. So you may have some great ideas of what you're doing with your waste and recycling possibilities. And when you hear us asking about some ideas that we might use in our 39 bank locations, we hope you'll share the good news and support us making our best better. So thanks so much.
Fantastic. Thank you, David. Next up, Jennifer with Swire Coca-Cola.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jennifer Freeman. I'm the Director of Public Relations and Government Affairs for Swire Coca-Cola based in Denver. I cover 6 states. And I've been a part of Recycle Colorado for 3 years now. It's just been a great organization for us to be involved in to start working vigorously on our sustainability goals and kind of develop our own best practices internally. So what is Swire? I think a lot of people have heard of Coca-Cola, but may not know what Swire is. Swire is your local bottler. So when you go to the grocery store and buy your 12-pack Diet Coke that sits in your fridge, that's a Swire Coca-Cola product that is made right here in Denver at our York Street facility. It's been in operation since 1933. It's the oldest operating Coca-Cola bottling facility in the world, right here in Denver, Colorado. In Colorado, we employ about 7,200 people, across our territory, across 13 Western states. We have 45 sales centers in distribution facilities and 6 production facilities. In Colorado, we employ 1,100 folks, all full-time with benefits, and just really good opportunities for growth and career advancement. We have 8 facilities across the state. We have 2 sister bottlers in Colorado, one down in Durango that's run by the Maple family, and one up, a different one up in Steamboat Springs that is operated by High Country Coca-Cola based out of North Dakota. So what we're really looking forward to working on with our friends and colleagues at Recycle Colorado are our sustainability commitments that we put forward last year with goals going to 2030, kind of falling into 3 buckets. We have a really strong background with the Coca-Cola family in water stewardship, and we look to continue that commitment and build on that. Currently, we're at about 212% replenishment for our water usage. We put back into nature what we use and then some. We have built out a packaging and waste diversion platform, which is where Recycle Colorado really comes in as a great partner.